Good morning everyone. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm down at Lewis's unit and we're going to do a clutch swap on my S14. Basically, I don't know how to do a clutch change. I know that's really bad, but today's the day that I'm going to learn. So Lewis is going to tell me, I'm going to tell you, and hopefully this will be massively informative. And if any of you guys have come here because you're looking for how to change a clutch on an SR20DET, then hopefully this is the video that helps you do it to yours. We're down at the secret little unit. There's some proper gems in here. I'll show you a few of them, and then we'll get onto it. We'll get my bumper off, get the car up in the air, and we'll try and do it step by step and be as informative as possible. And yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy it. So we've got Stu's 240 here. It's been sat here for a little while now. It's going to, did you say retro power? Yeah, it's going to retro power in Hinckley soon, and it's going to have like a full restoration on it. So this is Lewis's 86. So he's had it for 2 years now, and a lot's changed underneath the car. And also in the engine bay, there's a S2000 engine. There's only a couple of things left to do, and then it's ready to roll. It's going to be drifted. Scanner doors. It's basically got a full interior as well, which is quite nice. And in his bucket seat, I don't know if we're going to be able to see it, but he's had the bucket seat trimmed the same as the stock seat, so that it all ties in, which is beautiful. Nice grip roll, steering wheel, but it's all basically full dash, full interior, Broadway mirrors and all that sort of stuff, dash dodger. Oh, and he just mentioned S2000 clocks. I'm sorry how dark that is, but it's quite dark in here. S2000 clocks as well. What beast. So this is Lewis's KP60 Starlet. You'll have seen it in the Drift Matsuri vlog. Oh shit. Where he unfortunately had a little bit of a hit to the front, which it just creased the bonnet, and there was like a nice little splitter section here, and that creased as well. But it should be all sorted pretty soon. Really nice car. I've actually never seen one before in my life. It's pretty cool. And then most of all, there's this piece of shit that I've almost took the front bumper off trying to get in. But looking at the ramp, we might have to take the side skirts and the front bumper off to get it on there. So we'll get to doing that now, and then try and get it on the ramp. So that's it. Matter of minutes, and the aero is off. As you can see, it's all fake clothes. There's so much clearance underneath there. I went and got this clutch. I bought this off a Facebook page. The guy said it had done 100 miles. I asked him how many clutch kicks he'd done in it, and he said that yeah, he'd done a few, but considering it's a competition clutch, and it looks good, looks in good nick. I made sure that I got someone to look at photos of it first before I bought it. So if you do know someone that is a bit more savvy with stuff like this, it's definitely worth like asking them, does this look good, should I go for it? Because 150 quid, this clutch is meant to be like 370, something like that, with the 6 paddle. So I needed to make sure that I weren't buying a lemon, I guess. And the guy even threw in a clutch release bearing as well, so done pretty well with that. Hopefully once we've got it in, it'll be a lot better than the Exceedy one that I've got in there currently, which I think is an organic, so it's solid. So having a paddle glitch will be a little bit different. So we'll see. And then while it's off, we're going to get the box done with a little bit of 7590, so that you know, while it's off, we might as well change the oil in it. And that's basically it. The car is now on the ramp, ready to go. So we'll get started. Right, so now we're going to get started. I think step one is probably going to have to be to take your, if you've got a dildo shifter, you're going to want to take that off. Take your shifter off. Then we're taking it up in the air now, as you can hear. Step two is going to be to drain the oil from the box. Basically, we're going to take the prop out the back. So if we don't drain it here and now, once everything drops down from undoing all of these mounting points, the oil will just come out the back anyway. So we're going to drain it from this plug. So while that's draining away, we're going to start taking the bolts off the prop. So these are 14mm bolts. There's 4 of them. Take them out. So the idea being that once these 4 are out, you should be able to slide the prop shaft out the back of the box, nice and easy. So it's always important that when you're doing something like this, and there's a lot of different bolts and nuts and stuff that you're going to be removing, it's best to keep them in a container. I'm sure you could be even more organised and have very specific containers for specific parts of the car that you're taking them off. But thankfully we're keeping note, and we're keeping them all in a little pot. So all the bolts are out. We've just got to pry it out now. Easy as peas. And that's it. So it's worth noting that you should put this back in. You put your plug back in and torque it in. Basically so you don't forget. So if you forget, fill it up and it all just comes straight out the bottom. So
or it rattles out when you're driving.
Yeah, so it's best to just put it in now while you remember. So now that we've got this one off, we're going to take what is this?
Slave cylinder.
So we're going to take the clutch slave cylinder off. We could do it later, but while we're up this end, we're going to get that off. We're taking this off, but we're not breaking into the system. We're just going to unbolt it, zip tie it out of the way, and then you won't have to re-bleed the clutch, which is pretty good. So thankfully we've got this transmission jack or a tranny jack, if you
PC.
if you want to be politically correct about it. Obviously if you're doing this on the floor, obviously we're massively privileged here, we're able to do it on a ramp. If you're doing it on the floor, then you would just use a normal jack, but it just stops the gearbox from dropping before we're ready for it to drop. So we've just got to undo these four bolts. What size are these?
40mm again.
These are 14mm again. So next we're going to get the, there's a bit of loom attached to it. So we're going to get all of the loom off. Should be nice and simple. They're all push connectors. Obviously because the box is coming off, you need to make sure that there's nothing attached to it. So just speaking to Lewis about this next part, basically what we need to do is get the starter motor out first, which is up here. Get the starter motor out, and then there's going to be 12 or 13 bolts. I believe they're all 14s, 14mm. He said that this is like the kind of the hardest part, basically because you're going to have to be pulling the box down, doing as much swearing as possible, just to help you along the way. But some of them are like they're quite high up, they're hard to get to. a few different extensions and stuff should help with that.
And here's the starter, and it goes in onto the flywheel, which runs around like that. So as you turn your ignition on, the starter actually fires out, engages with the flywheel, turns the engine over.
Okay. A nice top tip from Lewis is to do a shadow board, so that you put them in the order that you took them out, so that when it comes back to putting them back in, you know where each bolt needed to go, because on some of them they might be longer than others, or whatever. So it's good to get yourself a bit of cardboard or a piece of paper or whatever, and just shadow them out, just to keep you on track. So that's it now. Everything's out. Got the tray jack underneath it. So with this we have to slide the box back by quite a bit. So when you look up there, you can see that there's the gear shifter. Ignore the hydro line. You can see the gear shifter there. So if we were to pull it back and drop it down, it's probably going to catch on that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the shifter out. There's like 6 bolts at the top, 12 mil. We just take those out, and we should be able to take the shifter off, and it'll all come out nice and easy. All the bolts are out. We're ready to shift the engine backwards. Lewis has gone to get a Senor Pry-Bar, and he's going to...
a baby version.
Oh, okay. So, so now we're just going to basically just pry it ever so slightly, or break it.
This is like the second one in the fleet.
Oh, that's nasty. That went to look like that.
It's like maybe a bit of oil in there, a bit of water. That's why it's gone like that.
Basically, it's just a case of prying the box back enough until it's
Just want to get it off the dowels.
free of the dowels.
Like so.
That's it. Slowly bring it out. So the problem we're having at the minute, obviously we've got it out mostly. The gasket's dropped down. Basically, it's just catching on the engine. So we're gonna jack the engine up ever so slightly, just to give us a little bit of extra room.
Yeah, it's just at the back of the tunnel that's catching the top of the box. So we just need to lift the front of the engine up. Back of the engine will come down. It'll give us a bit more clearance. So.
That's it.
My hands are too sweaty.
Now we've got the box off, we've got this kind of like a gaskety type thing, your pressure plate, and then so we're going to take the pressure plate off, then get the friction plate off, so that we can assess the flywheel.
There's definitely seen better life. We'll get it in the light.
Oh, so I haven't got a solid one.
What?
I thought I had a solid.
Ooh. Yes, as you can see, it is definitely seen better day. It's the same clutch that you've got on.
Is it?
I'm pretty damn sure it's exactly the same clutch.
So this is the old clutch. As far as I'm aware, this is an XZD one. I was under the impression that I had a solid one, but I've actually got a 6-paddle anyway. So that means it won't be much different moving to that one. Obviously, other than the fact that this one is like full nailed.
Even this, look, all the cracking in your pressure plate from all the heat that's gone through.
So it was time to move on, but you can see the difference. I don't know if I can get it to focus, but you can see that there's bits missing compared to the new one, which has got like quite a bit of meat on it and doesn't look too bad. This is the flywheel. Obviously it's nice to know that it's a solid one, and I can go, when I change it, I can go for a lightened one, which is better for drifting. But you can see there's like discoloration, there's a little bit of a couple of high spots and stuff. Obviously I don't have a flywheel to change at the minute, but it's definitely something, like if you're buying a clutch, if you can afford it, you need to get yourself a flywheel at the same time, just because yours could look like this and it will need replacing. So that's one thing to keep in mind, that if you're buying a clutch, it's probably best to buy a flywheel with it, which obviously is a lot more money.
Just do it on the next one.
So we're going to do it on the next change. So when I bought this clutch, the guy was nice enough to put in a clutch release bearing in as well. But looking from the one that we've got now to the new one, they're basically the same. So we're going to keep this one, we're going to leave this one in now, and we're going to keep that one as a spare for when this does finally disappear. So obviously you've seen the clutch now, you've seen the condition that it's in. We're ready to put the new one back in now. Obviously when you buy a new clutch kit, usually you'll get a location tool. Unfortunately, because I bought this online through Facebook, we haven't got one. So what we're going to do is not best practice, and obviously if you guys are going to go out there and you're going to get brand new ones, then you'll be fine, you'll have the correct tool. So now we're just going to kind of like makeshift something just so that we can align it properly, and then we'll be able to get the box back in. So now we're going to sort of fabricate something up, get us ready, and start putting it back together.
It's beautiful. So that literally just aligns now. It's held in position.
Okay. So we've got the clutch on there, using our little makeshift tool to align it, and that's kind of basically it. So we just need to bolt them back up. We read online that the torque settings for the bolts on the pressure plate, is that pressure plate? Yeah. On the pressure plate should be 30 foot-pounds. So we're going to put them back in, torque them up, and hopefully that nice little tool that we've got in there should be perfect when we're ready to put the box back on. So what we're going to do is we're going to torque them down to half the amount that it says on the web, just to bring everything together. You do it opposites, just like you would with a normal, like you're doing up your wheels, to make sure that it comes down straight.
Yeah, and then we'll lock it off, full torque, lock off the flywheel.
Okay, so now that we've torqued them up to the specifications on the net, we can take the little tool out. Lovely. And now it is just a case of popping the box back on. So now that the gearbox is in, we can put all the bolts back in using the shadowing method. So we can put them all in the right places. So Chid's now putting the slave back on for the clutch master cylinder. Chid's just told me that this section here, all of this here that you can see there, is bullshit. Bullshit slash it's like a dampening system for the clutch. So instead you can run like a braided line
straight to your master,
get rid of that, and then go straight up to the master cylinder to get a better clutch response. So that's another job you could throw into the mix if you while you've got the box out. So at the same time, Lewis is going to be putting the plugs back in and the loom. I think there's 3 connectors.
Yeah, just 3.
3 connectors in there.
Speedo drive, reverse,
neutral switch,
and neutral switch.
Cool. So we can then bolt this back up, and then we can put in the half shaft. It'll be a case of just filling it up and giving it a test. So now we're going to pop the prop back in. It just slides back in real nice. and then towards the back
Like so.
it's just four bolts. But it's also worth pointing out that you should put the prop back in before you fill it with oil, otherwise, like we said at the start, the oil is going to come out of there. So basically at the minute we're just filling the box up from the top. It's not the best way to do it.
It's a good way to do it, but by rights you need to take the shifter out with a circlip, and we haven't got any circlip pliers, so it's a very slow process. So you've got like a hole that's really small for the oil to drain into, instead of a hole that's like this big. I'll try and show you what I mean. So we've got like, is it focusing?
You probably won't.
Okay, well it's hard to see, but basically you're meant to take this whole shifter out with a circlip.
So once the gearbox is all full, we've just got to put the little cowling back on. There's a few bolts to put in there that keep my hydro down, and it's a case of just putting the shifter back on, and that's it. You're done and dusted then. So that's kind of it really. But hopefully this has been informative. If it hasn't, then I apologise, but I hope you've enjoyed the video regardless. If you want to see more how-tos, let us know. The more we do, we'll get better at them, and they'll become more and more structured and informative. So if you liked it, give us a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.